What's up, nerds? Back with another video. In this video, as you can see by the 2 sizes too small Yu-Gi-Oh shirt, we are going to do some Yu-Gi-Oh today. And before I start this, I am an extremely forgetful person because I made a mirror match deck, which I remembered, and then I used that idea to make another mirror match deck, or 2 decks, right? Because mirror match, you go against each other, right? And after that, I was like, you know what? Let's make some Edison format decks because I've got my mirror match decks. I take them to the, local card shop, play with them. It's fun. But what if other people want to play other stuff and I don't want to make people play just this? I want to have stuff I can play against other people, right? So I was like, fuck it. Let's make some Edison format decks. So I go through to open up my binders to make some Edison format stuff. All of this is streamed, by the way. The stream VODs are on the channel. And I go to do all of that. And what do I find inside of my stuff? I find a bunch of deck boxes. All of these deck boxes with complete, full main deck and extra deck decks. I mean, each of these 2 sleeved and everything. And I was just like, wait, what? And that's when I found that I've got a complete 6 Sam deck, a complete Dark World deck, the majority of a Herald of Christia deck that is missing like 3 cards that I think I put into another deck, a Train Machina deck, or Infinitrack Machina deck, an Evil Swarm deck, a Twilight Sworn deck, Chaos Twilight Sworn, a Monarch deck, and Noble Knight Turbo. So I made all those decks. I think I made them during COVID, but yeah, that was fun to find. So I've got, not only now do I have the mirror match decks, my 2 different metas of mirror match meta. I've got my Edison format decks. I've got my tournament legal decks, right? And now all these custom format, I'm pretty sure I called it fuck you format. And the reason I did that was because all of these decks are just fucking crazy. I mean, like, these decks are pretty fucking crazy. I mean, like, everything is just balls to the wall. Ain't no rails on this train. And I don't say that because I made the Infinitrack stuff. I could say that about the Infinitrack stuff. But all of these decks are like, hand traps, fuck them. Regular traps, fuck them. All I want, upstart goblins. All I want, all of the draw power in the world. All I want, cards that should be banned but aren't. I mean, all of these decks are balls to the wall, insane. So I've got right now, the last piece of the puzzle for all of this is I've got a 4x5. I've got a 20 deck box coming. You heard that right. I've got a 20 deck box coming to take all these, throw them in there. And I kind of like I reviewed these deck boxes in a video. They'll be coming out. These are the Uaono deck boxes. I love these deck boxes. So we're going to leave the mirror match deck boxes, which are these deck boxes. We're going to leave these. The red and the blue are 2 of the mirror matches. We're going to leave those together. And so now, that's all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update stuff. Hopefully you have stuck along. And now for the main actual part of this video is going over the decks, Edison decks, and the new Edison deck binder. Because I've got my, obviously all of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff in the binders, right? But I wanted to have just one binder, so that I didn't have to carry around 6 fucking binders everywhere that I go. So now I've just got the 1 Edison deck profile, Edison format binder, and the 2 Edison decks. I have the third coming in the mail, but that is complete. Don't need anything left. This is kind of needs a couple little pieces. But anyway, without further ado, this is the Turk the Pally, for those who remember the Turk the Pally channel, Edison format update. Start with some classic Yugi Tube binder videos. So the front is always the tokens and random cards. So got my 3 winged dragons, got all of my Karibo tokens, got some of the, the Turk the Pally channel custom token, some random, I actually really love these like Yu-Gi-Oh tokens. And so next, Infernity deck, or at least the pieces of an Infernity deck, the pieces of a Treeborn Frog deck. You could see throughout this video, I've got some of the OG, I mean, these are like OG Edison format Ronin Tonin. Back when I wanted a shiny card, so I painted him because there was no shinies of Ronin Tonins. So these ones, the ones like these are literally like Edison format original cards. The pieces of, or some of the pieces of an X-Saber deck, some of the pieces of a Machina deck, some of the pieces of a 6 Sam deck. So you'll see that I've got the first row of these on one side is taken up by tokens, and that is to make sure that I've got enough support for the other side of the card, because traditionally the middle cards are closest to being bent or misshapen by the binder. So I've got tokens on the inside to give extra support for these first line of cards. So, and I've got rabbits. Obviously, I love rabbits. So that's why you see I've got the Melfi rabbits in the inside. Just some Lightsworn stuff. Then this is just a bunch of random, just kind of cards that I like that I think might be good in Edison format for random little decks. So, Vanities, Trigodias, Plague Spreaders, Hobby League Azure Priests, Super Kaikus, Ultra Lava Golem. I might end up just like stealing this. I don't know if this is legal in Edison format. I just love that card. Now we're going into traps. Oh my god. These are my babies. My Ulti Transmigration Prophecy. I'm just going to end up taking these out so I can play them in decks. Royal Decree, Hobby Decrees. I love dual terminal, so I've got just a bunch of dual terminal stuff, ultimate offerings, black horns. These are all original Royal Oppressions that I used to play back in the day, that I got back in the day. 7 Tools, one of my favorite cards of all time. Is this original MRD Ultra First 7 Tools. And then some leftover Blackwing stuff. Look at this fucking guy over here. A fucking Vayu proxy that just says Vayu on it. It's just blacked out with Vayu. It's not even a 1-star. I mean, at least it's a Blackwing, right? But oh my god, this was literally, again, because I played Edison format growing up Yu-Gi-Oh! It was one of my first formats. So I still had my OG Edison format cards, which is fucking hilarious. Some just random common stuff, good traps. Now, spells, I don't think anyone plays Poly, but I love the dual terminal version of Poly that has the original artwork on it, Obsession. E-Teles, because Teledad is a thing. MSTs, all dual terminal. I got a gajillion soul exchanges, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, look how many fucking soul exchanges. Advanced Ritual Arts, even though this deck is, like, pretty rogue. Level Limit, Sword, Scapegoats, so, Future Fusion, DT, oh my god, looks so sexy. Some more DT stuff, Super Necro Valleys, and then just like a couple random extra deck stuff. I mean, this is literally, I've got a gajillion other cards and a jillion different format stuff, but this is the official Edison deck binder, which will be played or brought with me when I play Edison format. And so now, going to go over some of the decks that will be played. So, or at least, so these are decks that I built using just cards from all of my binders and cards that I had lying around. I didn't buy any of this stuff. These are all just OG cards or cards that I've had, in the binders and everything. And I now, got to trade or finish these out, figure out what I need left. But, I mean, these are all pretty much, original, using original loot cards or original decks. Hold on, what is this so white? I gotta change this Raikou out for a black sleeve real quick. But yeah, and that's part of I'm sure I'll bump up the rarities on some of these cards, but part of the cool thing for me is that these are all my original Edison cards that played in the original format, or these are cards that I played in in other decks or had in the binders. So we'll see rarity bumpage, how things go. But so this is the quick draw plant deck. A bunch of so pretty much what I'm missing from this deck is the flip hamster card. For the life of me, I can't remember that flip hamster card. Nimble hamster guy. But I love this deck. It's definitely slower. I mean, this format in itself is kind of slower, but this deck significantly slower with a lot of flip effect stuff. I mean, it's got the ability to pop off. Obviously, it's synchro plant, quick draw plant, but there are a lot of slow, all these Raikous super slow. Someone's got to run into these. Obviously, Morphing Jar. Someone's got to run into that. You've got to either mill the dandy with Raikou, or part of what I actually tech a enemy controller. I also tech the scapegoat. I personally like mind control. People don't play mind control in this deck. 3 Avarices, 2 Book of Moons. Oh man, the DT Book of Moon looks so sexy, and then a random turbo pack Book of Moon that I don't even remember. MST, Heavy Storm. Let me just triple check over here that we are good. Oh yeah, we are. Everything's in frame right now, baby. Let's see. Do I have my other Dust Tornado? Yep, 2 Dust Tornadoes, 2 Bottomless. This is part of why I love this deck, though, is because it plays so many fucking traps. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, is this a... hold on, let me put over here Torrential over by the Bottomlesses, Mirror Force. I love that it plays D-Prison. And then a Call the Haunted, a Starlight Road, and a Solemn Judgment. So there's a lot of control aspect to this, a lot of different outs for all sorts of stuff. The biggest reason why it's a rogue deck, quote unquote, as far as tier list is concerned, is because you need to have combo pieces, you need to draw into the cards, you need to... I mean, part of what's nice is, yes, you're milling a lot with Raikou, but you've got 3 Pot of Avarices to help you get cards back. I really, again, kind of with the enemy controller, brain control, mind control, I mean, you've got so many tuners. Well, not so many tuners. You've got 1 tuner, 2 tuners. I might play another... See, I can't remember if Spore was legal. I'm definitely trying to play a Spore. I need to get another Debris Dragon. I need to get a Spore. I've got one of my OG Spores somewhere. But you've got the ability to take your opponents, guys, and because most of the cards in this format, they're not untargetable. You can target them. They just can't be destroyed or can't be removed, but you can steal them no problem. So that's one of the things I love about this deck. You've got a ton of trap control. You've got summon control, 3 anti-summons, 3 anti-attacks. You've got 3 destruction, back row destruction. This was it's always been one of my favorite decks. And so when I saw it in the Edison format list, I was like, hell yeah, I'm playing this. And double hell yeah, I am playing a bunch of tech cards that people think are bad, but I have been playing this deck since it came out, and I know that these cards are not the worst cards in the universe. And then to go over very quickly the extra deck for what I got so far, Red Dragon, Thought Ruler, oh my god. Where did I have this fucking ulti Stardust just randomly fucking hiding around in the binder somewhere? Black Rose, an Italian Brionek, That's why I've got the Ultra in the back, and then a Cataster. I still need to get all the junk synchro aspect for this deck, but that's not the end of the world to get. And so next up, that's the kind of the rogue lower tier deck. This is the upper tier deck, and it is a beefy one. So extra deck stuff, first off, Stardust, Thought Ruler, Colossal, Brionac, and then, yeah, buddy, we're playing a Darkwing deck, or Blackwing deck. Armed Wing, Silverwing the Ascendant. I need to get my Armor Masters, obviously, best fucking card, can stop himself from dying, and he's a beefcake. Black Rose and Cataster, obviously all, kind of standard extra deck cards. Still missing a couple other standard extra deck cards, but so far, having half of it taken care of just from random crap in the binder, I'm not complaining at all. So Blackwings, thankfully, are super, ridiculously easy to make. It's all Blackwing cards. So 3 Shura, 3 Sirocco. Oh my god, again, look at this. One of my original OG drawn Siroccos from back in the day. Blackwing was actually one of the first decks that I played, if not the first deck that I played, and one of the first decks that I topped locals with. So it's kind of fun to play them again. Kalutes, Blizzards, Boras, and again, more. You could see the trend with these is I would literally draw on them to make them hollow. So let me make sure that I'm on, plenty of space in the frame. 1 Gale, because he's at 1. 1 Vayu, I got to get another one. And Dark Arm Dragon. All just literally just the Blackwing cards. And then got a good amount of the spells. So I play, 3 Whirlwind. Got the DT Mystical Space Typhoon. This is supposed to be a different card. I think maybe they played Book of Moons. I honestly kind of want to play Enemy Controller or something ridiculous, but I also really like Swallow Flip. The problem is that it doesn't work with Whirlwind, which obviously you want to draw the Whirlwind. Ideally, that's, kind of great. But Swallow's Nest is super good for if, let's say I can summon a whatever guy, go to poke, go to bait the Kalute, or bait anything. This is not the best play in the world, right, that I'm explaining. This is actually kind of a poopy play. Or bait out a bottomless trap hole. You can let's say they bottomless the Shura, right? I can always Swallow's Nest into a Bora. Let me quadruple check. Yep, same level. And it just keeps Kalute stuff. Or go to attack, they do a deprison before damage step, because they have to do it before damage step. Swallow's Nest off of that. It's not the best card in the world. I'll probably knock it down to 1, put in 2 more Book of Moons. But I just love this card. Always been a fan. Solemn Judgment, 3 D-Prisons, because, oh yeah, baby, this deck fucking plays 3 D-Prisons. Hell yeah, brother. 1 Mirror Force, 3 Icarus Attacks, and 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. So I'm missing from this deck, and the plant deck is missing as well, Trap Dust Shoot, which everyone plays, because quite literally, if you draw Trap Dust Shoot first turn, you win the fucking game. That's how insane that card is. So I don't mind the gold Icarus Attacks. I usually hate the gold coloring on this. I actually don't mind it on Icarus Attack just because it's got that kind of gold, yellow, fire yellow background. And then just random. So I've got a colored top Whirlwind and then a random Italian Whirlwind out of nowhere. But I love this deck. Honestly, with so many D-Prisons flying around, it makes me want to play Return from the Different Dimension because all these guys are dark and it has a little bit of synergy. But yeah, this is the kind of the quote-unquote good deck of the 2 decks because Plant Synchro, Quick Draw Plant, is not exactly a good deck according to Edison format standards. I think it's obviously it's inconsistent. You know, you've got to draw into cards, but I mean, as long as you draw moderate into the deck, it's pretty fucking broken. I think there's so many outs, there's so much flexibility, there's so much different stuff. But there we go. That is it for the Edison format update. Binder, deck lists, all of the other stuff we've got going around. The last thing I will show off is, so this is the Manamoon, not Manamune, to be confused with Manamune from League of Legends, the tier of the goddess weapon, attack damage weapon. And so this, I've got a million of these because this is one of my favorite mats of all time, 2-player mats. And so what I did is I made a holder for it. And so this is the Skywalker themed, or the Groundwalker themed galaxy holder, right? I gotta come up with a better name for it, I think. So you've got this end of it, which I've got to sand down the, I didn't sand down the paint this morning yet, but so basically it's got the edge of it, which right here you pull this to come off, which again, I just gotta sand the paint. You could see, you know, it's starting to come off by itself a little bit. So the more I take it on and off, the more it'll sand itself down. But so this is literally, you know, we roll this bad girl up like this, like so. Make sure I get everything off. Roll this bad girl up like this. Boom, boom, boom. Slide her right inside here. And there we go. Put away. Bada bing, bada boom. And it's got the Luke Groundwalker paint, galaxy paint to it. So we've got the black galaxy background, the blue, green, and red for, you know, obviously Luke's 2 lightsaber colors, and the Darth Vader, you know, Anakin Sith color. It's got the white galaxy stars in the background kind of aesthetic to it. And it's literally just 2.5-inch PVC. You know, I put some foam in there so that on the bottom it's not being crushed in here. This is all foamed up in the bottom. And then this is just so, you know, I can carry this around and, you know, God forbid anything happens, I can always slap the shit out of someone with it. And then, you know, bada bing, bada boom. Take it out. There we got the mat. So that is the official now Edison update with everything. Thanks for watching. Smoke grass, eat ass, be excellent to each other, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.
Like the vid, leave a word, drop a comment, get absurd, subscribe if you had some fun. We drop bangers one